Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for checking out this video. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Wow, so this is shocking to me actually, and this caught my eye not just because it's connected to every the WNBA and Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, which it obviously is because we have the Chicago Sky. But more than that, for me, this this hits harder as a Philadelphia 76ers fan. I guess what I'm trying to say, I can sympathize or empathize with the Chicago Sky fan if they're getting wind of this and saying, what the just happened? Because as a Sixers fan, we went through some of the most embarrassing seasons in NBA history consecutively, and we got what, multiple number one overall picks, like four or five, I don't know, I forget at this point, six top five picks, and we were kept being told trust the process, trust the process, and then all we've ever gotten out of it is a couple of decent seasons and never past the second round of the playoffs. But that, as a Sixers fan, that's the first thing that hit me when I saw this, because I'm seeing this and I'm thinking they just went into the tank. They just gave up on this season for the hope of something better. The Chicago Sky shockingly trade Marina Mabry to the Sun. And it's not just they changed that they traded her, who's in her prime. She's what, 27, I think. She's one of the better shooting guards in the WNBA. Her 3-point shooting percentage isn't quite what it's been in years past, but she's still shooting well. She just had a great game against the Aces. She's a very good point guard, but it also goes into what the Chicago Sky got back. As we can see here, they're sending Marina Mabry to the Sun in exchange for a 2025 first round pick, a 2026 first round pick swap, and a couple of players, veterans, Mariah Jefferson and Rachel Banham. Now, oh, and here's their numbers right here for the Aces game, where she had 15 points, 4 assists, 3 steals, and a plus 13. And this just doesn't make sense for me really on any level unless there's something not out there that I don't know about. Like, I believe Dejan Carrington is going to be a free agent, and maybe there's already been a little collusion there and some indication that she would go play in Chicago, and Chicago's hoping to sign her, and they're freeing up some money by getting rid of Mabry. That's a possibility, but that's a risky move because you haven't acquired anything. First of all, you've made the Chicago Sun, who have the second best record in the league, you've made them better. So, and I get a lot can happen, but you've made them better. So that 2025 first round draft pick, when you look at the Connecticut Sun and you look at the Chicago Sky, it's it probably isn't going to be that great. And then the rights to swap 2026, I don't know, unless other things happen in between. Obviously, I don't know that that really helps the Chicago Sky out unless rosters change dramatically. But I want to, we're going to dig into this. First, I want to show you, just so you have an idea, Rachel Banham, and we can look here. She is 31 and career averages of 4.8 points and 1.2 rebounds. I'm sorry, that's this year, but her career is not much different. 5.2 points, 4.8, I mean 1.1 rebound. And you can look at the amount of time she's been playing for the Sun. Minutes played in the last 5 games: 11, 9, 7, 23, 11. Now, what's funny is the 2 games ago, I mean, she went off. She shot 8 for 11. They were all threes, and she had 24 points. in a win against Phoenix. By the way, she has 100 points on the season. She had 24% of her points in one game. I mean, look at her other numbers in the last 5 games: 2, 0, 3, and 2. And that's pretty much how her season has gone. She's very much a limited minutes role player. She's not going to make the Sky better with the absence of Mabry. And then we can also look at Mariah Jefferson, right? Same type of thing. Her career average, now career average is 9.1 points. She's about the same age, 30, 30 years old, but she's averaging 2.1 points per game this season. And same type of thing. You look at the last 5 games. Her point totals are 2, 0, 0, 4, and 0. She's played 16 minutes, 2, 3, 6, and 4. She So it was almost like the Chicago Sky didn't get these players to make the team better. They basically took them off of the Connecticut Sun's hands in order to get rid of Mabry, to get those picks, and I'm guessing to get a higher pick this season. But I think that's going to be, it might be more difficult than they realize. But just to give you an idea, of Mabry, she's averaging 14 points a game, 4.9 rebounds, 4.8 assists. Like I said, her 3-point shooting's a little down, but she's still shooting 35% from three. You know, really, I mean, look at her last few games. She's had some really good games. The last 5 games are 14, 9, 15, 21, and 15. Against the Liberty in that loss, she had 21 points. She also had 12 rebounds and 7 assists. That's a Caitlin Clark number. And she's a shooting guard, but look at her assist numbers the last 5 games: 6, 5, 6, 7, and 4. She's a good shooting guard, and she plays hard. Not the greatest defender in the world, but she's a good player. And then we look at the standings here with the Sky in that 8th spot, half a game behind Indiana, but 3 games ahead of the 9th spot. So they've got a 3-game cushion, and then 4 games ahead of the Sparks, 4.5 ahead of Washington. I think 5 ahead of Dallas. But you also look at what those 4 teams have done in their last 10. Washington's been okay. It's solid at 4-6. Atlanta's been 1-9. Sparks are 2-8. Dallas is 2-8. But it's the other thing it made me think of. I forgot to mention at the beginning too. Was almost like what I've talked about in previous videos with this double double thing. Is it all, and the minimization of the role of Camila Cardoso, who, if used properly, would be in the Rookie of the Year conversation. I mean, Caitlin Clark's Rookie of the Year, hands down, but Camila Cardoso would be in that conversation if you're going to say who else could win it. She would be one of those players, and we saw her being minimized in order to continue this double double. And this makes me wonder if this decision to trade Mabry and really not get much back, at least not in terms of this year. Like I said, we don't know how the draft picks are going to turn out. Although the Connecticut Sun are right now the much better team, so it's not like you're going to draft highly off of their pick. But it's almost like this was in the works for a while. That they had already decided a while back when they started focusing on the double double, and they're looking at how the team is playing. That they thought, well, you know what, we're going to let Angel Reese do her thing, and we're going to go with the publicity off of that and the excitement off of that, and we're going to not worry about making the playoffs, and we're going to not worry about our record this year, and we're going to already be playing for the future, which seems crazy for a team that is in the playoffs now and has a 3-game lead on the next team. And like I said, I mentioned the records of the bottom four at behind Chicago: 1-9, 2-8, 4-6, not terrible, 2-8. They're all they've all lost. Dream have lost 8 in a row. Sparks only one. Washington has lost 2 in a row. Dallas has lost 3 in a row. And Chicago just came off a monster win against the Aces. Now, granted, the Aces look terrible. Kelsey Plum was 0 for 8 from 3. How often does that happen? But it still is crazy. But like I said, maybe there's something in the back channels that I don't know about that says they think they have a shot with a free agent like Carrington from the Sun. I mean, I'm not sure what else to get out of this other than this is a team that says, you know what, the heck with this season. By the way, Mabry also even at a shooting guard, and I said she's not the greatest defender. She has 109 assists this year, which ranks her 11th in the WNBA, and she has 29 steals, which meets what she got last year in 39 games, and her 109 total rebounds are the fourth most among guards. I mean, Mabry is a good player, and she is having a good year. So this seems really odd. And I know Kennedy Carter is obviously a scoring guard, a shooting guard, but when you think about also what I just said about Mabry and the assists and the rebounds and all of that, and being the only 3-point threat on this team, don't forget Kennedy Carter is not a 3-point shooter. If you look at that, oh, what was it? Just last, right? Wasn't that just last game? I'm not losing my mind, am I? She went off against the Aces for 34. Yes. Okay, let's double check because I want to make sure since I have this up, I want to make sure I have this right. Um, but I believe she did that without even attempting a 3-point shot, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see the last 5 games. Okay, 2. But as you can see, she doesn't shoot many. She had 34 points. She was 14 of 24 from the field, only took 2 3-pointers. You can see in the last 5 games, she's taken 5 3-pointers total. So she's not a 3-point shooter. Mabry is a 3-point shooter. She helps spread the floor. And if your focus is, say, a post game like Angel Reese or really Camila Cardoso, or say you have an Aaliyah Boston, or it really, really helps your offense to have a 3-point shooter so that when you are successful inside and you get defenders collapsing, you have threats to flip that ball out to shoot the three, and that's gone now. That's gone with Mabry no longer on the team. And I don't have here what it was. Oh, maybe they'll tell us. Okay, here's the other thing too. They gave up a ton to get Mabry ahead of the 2023 season. A 2023 and 2024 first round pick, a 2025 first round pick swap, 2 future second round picks, and a third round pick in the 4-team deal. Wow. And then they just gave her up for basically nothing. I mean, the Sun, I guess, what was that? What was that they gave up in 2025? A 2025. Okay, first round pick swap. So they do have a first round pick in 2025, and now they have another one from the Sun. They don't have one of their own, but they have two from other teams. I believe. Oh man, I'm not positive about this. Okay, but I believe because I think I saw it somewhere else. I believe they have the Dallas Wings pick. If that's true, that's a good pick to have. But yeah, as you can see, this is not a trade that's going to help them this season. It's going to hurt them this season. So I just found that interesting. I I don't know what that does to all the media who's screaming Angel Reese is Rookie of the Year, and then they throw in that it's going to be the team that finishes with the better record. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Um, what you think of the trade or the Sky tank in the season? Do you think there's something in the works with the free agents? Are they, because it looks like they could be freeing up some money too. I'm not sure. I'm not as familiar with how that works in the WNBA. I know the contract situation is a little different than in the NBA. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out this video. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and I will talk to you later.